Survey of Algebra Notes 2.5. Write linear equations in slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form is that form we've been working with and graphing with all chapter. So slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And we've been taking equations in this form and identifying our slope and identifying our y-intercept and graphing. Now we're going to be working backwards. We're going to be writing the equations. So we're going to be given a slope and a y-intercept, or we might have to figure them out. And then based on that, we're going to write an equation. So for example 1, it says our slope is -2 and our y-intercept is 5. So that means m is -2 and b is 5. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to use y equals mx plus b. And I'm going to write y equals, instead of an m, I'm going to write my slope, which is -2. So -2x. And then instead of b, I'm going to write the y-intercept, which is 5. So -2x plus 5. And now I have an equation for a line. And something happened there. There, we got it fixed now. So on example 2, we're given a picture of a line. So again, I need a slope and I need a y-intercept. So this point is where my line crosses my y-axis. And we know that y-intercepts always have 0 for x, so 0, 3. So that means my b is 3. And then I want to identify my slope, and they're kind of telling me with these arrows it goes down 2 and then 5 to the right. So my slope is -2/5. So then I can write my equation. Y equals mx plus b. So instead of an m, I'm going to write that y equals -2/5 x plus, and then instead of my b, because 0, 3 is my y-intercept, I'm going to write plus 3. So here's a couple guided practice problems for you to try. It says guided practice for examples 1 and 2. So go ahead and try those. You can pause this video. I'm just going to write up the answers pretty quick. So go ahead and pause it and try them on your own. So here are the answers for guided practice. So you can check. For example 3, we're going to look at having a bit less information. So before they identified the slope, now we have to kind of look at this and figure it out. So it's not a lot harder. But it looks like they're still giving me a y-intercept. I have 0, something. So my y-intercept might be as -5. And then for slope, I need to count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 3 to the right. So my slope is going to be 4/3. So I'm going to write for my y equals mx plus b. You don't have to write it every single time, but I'm just trying to make sure what you know what we're doing. So 4/3 is going to go in for my slope. So 4/3 x plus, because 0, -5 is my y-intercept, it's going to be plus -5. Or I could just write 4/3 x minus 5. Those are both equivalent, and we're happy right now with either one of those. So for example 4, we're just given 2 ordered pairs. So that means I'm going to have to do a little bit more work. In order to find the slope, I'm going to have to do the slope formula. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So in order to write a linear equation, remember we have to have a slope, we have to have a y-intercept. So right now I'm finding slope. So y2 minus y1 would be 5 minus 17. x2 minus x1 is 0 minus 4. So we have -12 over -4. Negative divided by negative is positive. So we have that m equals 3. And then my y-intercept I'm actually given because I have that my x is 0 here. So that means that b must be 5. So remember, your y-intercept is where you cross the y-axis, and that's when x equals 0. So in order to write y equals mx plus b, I'm going to write that y equals 3x. Y-intercept is 5, so plus 5. So on these next two, you're doing some guided practice again. So you could pause the video again. I'm just going to go through and work these out. So you could pause it and then play this, and I'll kind of show you what to do. So for 3, I'm given a picture again. So my b is going to equal 1. And my line looks like it's going down 2 squares, so -2 and 4 to the right. So my slope is -2/4, which is -1/2. So y equals mx plus b. So y equals -1/2 x. My y-intercept is 0, 1, so b is 1, so plus 1. And the second one, here's my y-intercept. I have an x equals 0, so my b must equal 2, but I need to find my slope. So 2 minus 6 over 0 minus negative 3 is going to be, let's see, negative 4 over minus a negative is plus, so negative 4/3. So y equals negative 4/3 x plus 2. So today was just kind of an intro on how to write equations. So again, we're working backwards. Instead of taking a line and identifying our slope and y-intercept in graphing, we're now taking our slope and our y-intercept or using a graph and finding that information and then writing an equation.